दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणाफलहेतवः.
Action is much lower than buddhi yoga, the path of knowledge. Seek refuge in buddhi. Those who are motivated by the fruit of action are miserable. Krupana phalahetavaha. Krupana is miserable. It's a horrible state to be in if you are dependent on the fruit of action, if you're constantly motivated by the fruit alone. And he addresses Arjuna and all of us as Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya means you are expert, you're skilled at winning the wealth of the world. How about winning the wealth that is within you? You have to use the same dynamism, the same never say die attitude, the same courage and conviction that you are showing in external pursuits. Show the same in the internal. Now he uses a new term called buddhi yoga. We have all heard of karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga. Now what is this fourth buddhi yoga? He's deliberately using a different term because if he were to use the same term, you'll say, I've heard it before. What is this buddhi yoga? Buddhi yoga is nothing but karma, action, plus buddhi, intellect. Meaning, if you perform an action and you are deeply conscious of why you are doing that particular action, you have set a goal for yourself and you are performing the action to achieve that goal. You have a worshipful attitude towards that goal, towards the action, and the mind surrenders to it, the body acts dynamically. All this is included in buddhi yoga. But the reason he uses buddhi is any action that is directed or guided by the intellect is beneficial to you, you achieve success, and you grow spiritually. Any action in which the intellect is not participating because the mind has found its way, mind means like and dislike, is detrimental to you. You will not succeed, you will not be happy, you will not grow spiritually. We all know this. But when we go out and start acting, why is it that the mind takes over? Because the intellect is not strong enough. And sometimes the intellect is asleep. So you have to develop this strength of intellect to be able to handle the vagaries of the mind. See, you must understand, the mind is a wonderful thing. It's full of emotions. But it also teases you. It harasses you. It constantly provokes you. And it's always trying to get you down, to topple you. You know, there are people in school, they just stick their little foot out to trip you. And once you trip, they are most amused, highly amused. They start laughing. The mind does that to you. The mind is constantly on the lookout to trip you. So on your way out, if somebody says, have you eaten the batata vadas here? They are delicious. Huh? All you have to do is, we are not saying, the Gita is not saying don't have batata vadas. The Gita simply says, use your intellect. And if the intellect says yes, go ahead and have it. If the intellect says no, then you must follow the advice given by the intellect. In every circumstance, in every action. Actions opposed to buddhi yoga are selfish, self-centered, egoistic, leading to mental agitation and misery. That's what he's saying here. Krupana phalahetavaha. The mind is constantly full of desires. And it drives you to activity because of these desires. And it craves for the enjoyment of the fruit, and it's attached to that action. So in this scenario, you are helpless. You're a helpless victim of your own mind and your own desires. See, this is the state that we are all in. So then you have to ask yourself, is it my journey in life or is it the desire's journey? Whose journey is it? And this whole thing never ends because the mind is insatiable. They say the mind is like fire. The more you fulfill desires, the more it wants. You know, we were in a condition where we had, just a few years ago, the only cars that were available were what? Fiat and Ambassador. At that time, because we had no option, and because there was such a long waiting list, 8 years, 10 years, the moment you got a car, you were happy with it, you kept it, you almost had exchanged marriage vows with the car. You said, till death do us part, we'll keep you. But now, by the time 3 years are gone, new models come up. New models are advertised. Then the chartered accountant also tells you, it is beneficial for you to change your car, to buy a new car. Huh? So off you go every 3 years, changing cars. What's happening here is desires are running amok. It's not only in car. It shifts to wives also sometimes. You're not happy with this wife, maybe I'll be happy with another wife. Remember Swami Ramatirtha saying, if you're not happy as you are, where you are, with whatever you have, if you're not happy, you will never ever be happy in life. So remember that. Either you are right or Swami Ramatirtha is right. You decide who's right first. So that's it. One who has learned the art, the know-how, the technique of finding fulfillment in serving others, of finding satisfaction in just reaching out to others with love and affection, in just understanding the difference between what is permanent and impermanent. Such a person revels in life. Atma Ratihi finds fulfillment, satisfaction within himself or herself. You must strive for that. Next verse.